Is Pather Panchali the greatest debut in film history? Made by a first-time director with no money, an amateur cast and crew, and yet it changed world cinema forever. If you're a filmmaker, this film teaches you everything you need to know about storytelling without needing anything, really. If you haven't heard of it, let me break it down for you. This is Required Watching, a show where we talk about movies from a list of cinematic influencers and look at them through the lens of learning about filmmaking and how we move forward. Today, we're talking about Pather Panchali, the debut film from Satyajit Ray, a film that not only launched one of the greatest directors of all time, but redefined Indian cinema. As you know, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Indian cinema, and I'm obsessed with discovering things that I haven't yet discovered. And it blows my mind that people haven't seen this film, or at least been able to recommend it to me. So maybe I'm just behind, but let's get into it. It's India, 1955. Yes, black and white, but it's okay, you will deal with it. And Satyajit Ray was working as a graphic designer, whatever that means in 1955, but inspired by Italian neorealism films like Bicycle Thieves, he decided to make a film about the everyday life in Bengal. He had no money, he mortgaged his life insurance policy, and sold his wife's jewelry to fund the production. He never directed anything before that, but he did it. He was brave. And Pather Panchali is a story about a rural family struggling with poverty and pride and survival, told through the eyes of their young son Apu and his sister Durga. It's small, it's intimate, but somehow feels massive. I think especially because it's a part of India that the world hasn't seen before. But this film matters for so many more reasons. It's Ray's first film, and it's really the start of the Apu Trilogy. It's won the Best Human Document at Cannes that introduced Indian cinema to the global stage. And if you're a filmmaker or cinephile or somewhere in between, I think there's realism in India cinema that begins right here. So let's talk about what works and what didn't work. In terms of the story, it's minimal. And there's no clear plot and just moments of Apu's life. You see the joy of discovery and the heartbreak of loss. Ray adapted it from a Bengal novel, but he stripped it down to its essence, I think. This film is more about life itself, and it never really tells you what to feel. It shows you. Honestly, you can probably feel like it's a documentary. For writers, subtext. You won't get big speeches here. It's in the looks, it's in the pauses, it's quiet. And I think, it's the start of Mumblecore, maybe? For cinematography, Subrata Mitra was the cinematographer, and it was his first job. And he shot the film entirely on location, using natural light. And honestly, there's no artifice, there's no sets, just real places, real people, real faces, and yet it looks amazing. Mind you, 1955. There's one shot. There's one shot of Apu and Durga watching a train for the very first time, and it's magic. It's a reminder that scale doesn't really require CGI. It's just about emotion. And it feels, like I said, like a documentary because everyone's performance feels so natural. It feels like everyone's known each other for ages and that this is just their lives. In terms of music and sound design, Ravi Shankar did the music, and I feel like it's perfect, it's minimalist, it's emotional, and the sitar brings a sense of place, but also a deep feeling. I think the sound design is equally simple with birds and wind and footsteps in mud, but it draws you in. It feels immersive. It feels like you are there, listening to this documentary thing that I keep talking about. In terms of editing, I think this film really likes to let things breathe. I made a joke about Mumblecore, and I truly mean it. I think there's something about the fact that it invites you in to sit with these characters, and for some, that's going to feel slow, but for me, I feel like maybe that's the point. I feel like that's what this is meant to be. It's not about watching, it's about watching life unfold and not rushing to the next scene. Again, this isn't a high action drama. This is just a film. This is just a drama. Now, in terms of its legacy, Pather Panchali is the first in the Ray's Apu trilogy. I think it's made an international icon. Unfortunately, we don't talk about it nearly enough. But he even went on to win an honorary Oscar in 1992, and I think you can feel the influence from filmmakers like Scorsese or Malick or Linklater for sure, and Wes Anderson. But I think beyond legacy, this film just holds up 70 years later. It still moves people. It's on people's top lists. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard of it, because I think it moves people because it's us, it's families, it's loss, it's hope. So without a doubt, like, is this film required watching? Of course. For filmmakers, it's essential to be able to watch and see how to tell a powerful story with no money, no experience, but with a vision and heart. For cinephiles, listen, it's one of those greatest films of all time. Go to Letterboxd and you'll see. And for anyone wondering if their small story matters, Ray most certainly changes or proves it can change the world. So that's what I think. But what do you think? Pather Panchali holds up. Does it hold up for you? Have you seen this recently? Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm not sure if people think this film is relevant, but I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below so we can chat about it. And if you're into filmmaking, storytelling, and breaking down the greatest hits, come back for more. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stick around, please, and thank you. Watch more, learn more. Let's make better films, people. Peace out.